well, press record there, friends, and just official good morning and welcome to our Vinyasa practice. The theme of practice I have been bringing into classes this week has been around this theme of soft yet strong, or the mantra of I am stronger when I'm soft. And I talk about this sometimes in our yoga classes around kind of this idea that less is more sometimes. Sometimes we don't have to push ourselves to our deepest edge of stretch or activation to give the body what it needs. Sometimes that softer approach is a little bit better. And then this weaves into the other areas of our life off the yoga mat, outside of our asana practice, of maybe the areas where we kind of harden in ourselves around others or in relationships or even with ourselves. What if we softened in those harder places and let a little bit more light in that way? We'll be weaving that into practice today. And we'll just go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated shape. You're also always welcome to lie down. That feels better. Mentioned we're not going to do anything too crazy today, and we're going to go with the soft yet strong approach. So from seated, you can take a moment to just roll your shoulders up and back a few times. And sitting really tall. Bringing awareness to your breath in and out. You know what? I know a lot of you, it's like 7 a.m. right now. So if laying down doesn't feel like it makes sense quite yet, maybe don't do that. But we're going to start with some postures after we breathe on the back body. So if you want to go ahead and just lie down and focus on your breath there, that might be a good place to start today. And again, just bringing awareness to your breath in and out. Noticing how your breath feels and just letting yourself arrive here. As you breathe in and out, turn down the volume of the day and everything that your day might bring. Setting all the stuff to the side. Breathing in and out as you turn up the volume of this time for yourself, here and now. Maybe you're feeling your body breathe, rising, releasing, expanding, contracting. Perhaps starting to deepen your breath a little bit more, pushing for a more full, complete inhale and exhale. And just take a moment to check in. How are you arriving into this day, into your body, into your practice time? How are you feeling in your body, mind, and heart? Just taking a moment to listen. Calling in what you might need a little bit more of today. We're calling in this collective intention of softening where we harden. Holding on to the mantra of I am stronger when I'm soft. With myself, with my body, with my people. The areas where we might be hard on ourselves, where we might harden up and close off connection, where we might put up a wall of armor around our hearts. Inviting this intention in to notice the strength when we can soften those hard places. That it takes trust, that inner trust, that it takes courage to notice that the soft approach is often also the strong approach. We can call that intention in with one more big deep breath in and out. And if you're not already on back body, you can make your way there. We're going to warm up a little bit for the legs and the hips there today. But start with just reaching your arms way back behind you, reaching a little bit side to side. Maybe grab opposite elbows on back body and just reach a little side to side. And with hands at your sides, we're going to come up just a little bit. We're going to come up just on the forearms here, so that we're kind of like just resting on the elbows, on the forearms. And then if the legs aren't extended, go ahead and extend them. Just waking the body up here. You can even see how it feels to lift through the chest a bit more, out of the shoulders a bit more. The chin can stay tucked in towards the chest for the neck, or it can reach up a little bit. Great. From here, point your toes and just start to drag your feet in. Keep your heels lifted, bending at the knees, and then hugging knees in towards your body as close as feels good. Good. Then you can reach your feet up almost as high as they go. We'll slowly lower down. Feel free to bend your knees again. Extend legs all the way out. Point the toes. Then start to drag the knees in, the feet in, knees in towards your body. Legs reach up. We're going to do 2 more. Lowering down, extending the legs all the way. And then slowly starting to drag the feet, the knees in. 1 more time, legs high, then they lower. Starting to drag in. Then you can place your feet down, lower back onto back body, and we'll lift the right leg up. You can clasp hands behind your right leg, or feel free to use a yoga strap. We won't really be here for too long. Then you can just kind of see how it feels to point flex, roll out the ankle a little bit. Now the left knee can stay bent with your foot on the mat, or you can deepen this stretch, add in a little bit more challenge by extending the left leg. All right, maybe arms are at your sides for support. Start to move your right leg, and this will be without a yoga strap. Move your right leg to the left, although you're welcome to use it if you feel like it would be helpful for you here. So just as far, it's okay if the right hip lifts off the mat. And we'll inhale back up to center. Exhale, right leg to the right side. And then go a few times side to side, like you're making a little rainbow with your right foot. Just at your own pace, a few times. And then from the rainbow, we'll create a circle. So the next time your right leg is to the left side of your mat, start to send your right foot in the direction of your left foot, so they're about the same. And then we'll keep going, right leg to the right, back up to the left again, big circle. So we're feeling quad engaged, we're feeling hip flexors engaged, we're feeling even core strength engaged to get this, all these areas of the body moving. And you can start to do your circle in the other direction. And so this is a great example of soft yet strong, where we're doing a fairly simple movement, but also strengthening the body at the same time. Now, one more circle. Back to center with your right leg lifted, clasp your hands, and just take a stretch for a moment. One more deep breath in. With the exhale, you can release your right leg down. Feel free to bend knees, bring feet to the mat. We'll move to the left side. Drawing the left knee in, start with just a stretch. So clasping hands behind the left leg, point, flex the foot, and just trying to get as much of a stretch as feels good in your body here, not getting into a tug of war with our hamstrings. Right knee can stay bent, or we can extend the right leg long to deepen, or challenge a little bit more. And then you can release your hands or release your yoga strap. We'll send the left foot to the right side of the mat. It's okay if the left hip lifts up. We'll come back to center and then to the left, open through the front of the hip. And then the rainbow, side to side, just at your own pace. Waking up legs and hips. Try to keep that lower leg, especially if it's extended, kind of active. It's like an anchor for you. And then the next time your leg is over to the right side, hold it there for a moment. We'll start the big circles. So we'll send the left foot down to the right foot, then back out to the left, back over the rainbow, and keep it going a few more times in this direction. Feeling the whole body working together here, lots of different muscle groups working, as well as waking up the hip joint. One more circle in this direction, and then you can start to circle the other way around. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to do one more circle. And slowly bring knees to the bent knees, feet to the mat. Hands at the sides. We'll start to you could just even start with shrugging your shoulders towards your ears. You might lean to one side. We're coming back onto the forearms. Lift through the heart, lift out of your shoulders. And start to shift onto the side, then into tabletop pose. Nice little warm up there. We'll start moving with the breath a few times through cat-cow. Inhale to open. Exhale, round, and just notice how legs and hips feel after that soft yet strong warm up. Add on to your cat-cow with any little extra movements that your body needs right now. Take a moment to meet in a favorite child's pose variation. Finding your breath again here for a moment. And you can imagine just setting down anything you don't want to take with you into your day today. Perhaps it's a setting down of our armor a little bit, so that we might move forward in our day in a more open, soft place. We'll inhale up through tabletop and make our way into our first downward dog. Inhaling as hips lift, exhaling as you find the shape. Adding on any of your favorite downward dog moves, shifting hips, pedaling heels, shaking the head a little bit, yes or no. Deep, deep breaths as we invite space into the body. Peeking forward through the hands, you can step or float the feet forward. We'll inhale to a half forward fold. Stay for the exhale. Have a tiny little bend in the knees. Engaging back body already here. Ground through the legs and the feet. Inhale all the way up. Take a deep breath with you to the top. Exhale, hands lower down. Find your mountain pose towards the top of your mat. Feel free to set your blocks up if you like to use blocks. I'm ready. Root down through your legs and your feet as we practice this, what can often feel like a vulnerable practice of softening, letting our armor down, not being so protected, so hardened, not having all of those safety mechanisms in place. We can remember that we're not letting all the armor down. We're not becoming a doormat for people to walk all over. We have what Brené Brown calls strong back, soft front, and a wild heart. So tap into that here, feeling strong yet soft, maybe even a little wild. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward through the heart, folding over the legs. Take a deep breath in your forward fold. With the next inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to a plank. Any variation of plank. As long as you're pressing the ground away, you're doing it right. Maybe even with the knees down or forearms down. Maybe you rock around a little bit as we wake the body up. We'll take 1 or 2 more breaths. Then we'll lower the knees down. Inhale, shift back, child's pose. Inhaling up through tabletop. Sending the right leg back behind you, bending into the right knee so your right foot is reaching up. Hang out here for a moment. Maybe you do a few pulses. Then we'll extend the right leg back behind us. Start to open the right hip up. So in tabletop, right hip is even with the left. We'll start to open the right hip up. Maybe you're even on your right fingertips to help this opening. Kind of like a half moon sort of feel. Then from that opening, we're taking the right leg out to the right side, nice and slow, stepping it about halfway forward. You might even have your right foot a little bit more towards the right edge of your mat. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee up. It's okay to stay in this wider stance. We'll come up to a high crescent lunge. So you can keep your left heel lifted. Hands start to come to the knee. Then 1 at a time overhead. We can clasp the hands, turn the palms facing up, and just gently lean to the right side, getting this deeper stretch through the left side of the body, the left leg and hip. Inhale to come up. Exhale, releasing both hands down to the inside of your right foot. Lower the left knee down. And send nice and slow as you can go. Send your right leg back out to the right side, back behind you, right knee back to meet the left. Bending into the left knee as we float the left leg up. kind of at a 90-degree angle. Maybe we just stabilize here. You can add in some pulses for the back body, for glutes. Then we'll extend the left leg back, open the left hip up, and maybe you're on left fingertips to help with the rotation there. Another breath. And then nice and slow, take your left leg out to the side, about halfway up your mat, bending into the left knee, planting your left foot about halfway forward, kind of like low lunge and just a different variation. Then we'll tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. We'll keep the right heel lifted and come into a high crescent lunge like this. So you can engage through the legs, one hand, both start to come to the knee, then one arm, both overhead. And clasping the hands, turning the palms up. We'll reach to the left this time, getting a longer stretch through the right side of the body. Take a couple more breaths here. Challenge the bend in the left knee. Inhale to come up. Exhale, release your hands to the inside of your left foot. Send your left leg back to meet the right, this time in a plank. Press the ground away. Inhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath or two there. And then inhale, puff the upper back up. Engage core as you roll back forward to a plank. We'll exhale, lower all the way down. And we'll give our shoulders, our arms, chest a little bit of a stretch here. Taking the right arm out to the side, palm facing down. Head turns to the left. Left leg goes up and over as we stretch through the front of the right shoulder and arm, chest. Couple deep breaths here. Inhale, back to front body, unwinding, right arm in, left arm out to the side, head turns to the right, right leg goes up and over to deepen the stretch. One or two more breaths here. And slowly unwind back to neutral, left hand in. Inhale up for a low cobra. Stay there or feel free to come to a higher variation, keeping shoulders soft, elbows soft, not locking them. Inhale into heart space, strong back body here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale back, downward dog, or even child's pose at any point. And listening to your body, if you're starting to get into the mode of pushing to see how far you can go, how hard you can do the thing, come back to softening. One or two more breaths here. Peek forward through the hands, step or float the feet forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground through the legs and the feet. Inhale all the way up. Take a deep breath with you. Exhale, hands lower down. Find a breath here. Reconnect for a moment. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale as you anchor down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward through the heart. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. You might come to fingertips or blocks on tall height. We'll bend into the right leg. Keep the right hand grounded. And inhale, the left arm rotates up. Rotate the fingers around, wrist around. You can inhale here. Exhale, take your left arm towards the lower back. Inhale to sweep it up. Exhale, left hand down. Bend deeply into the left knee. Keep your left hand grounded. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Rotate the fingers around, the wrist around. Inhale to reach. Exhale, wrap towards lower back. Take a breath or two. Inhale, unwind with the right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Legs go straight. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. We'll move through Vinyasa this time. So you can inhale back to plank. Exhale as you lower, perhaps through Chaturanga. Inhale as the heart lifts up. Exhale, taking it back, downward dog. One or two more breaths here. And then lowering knees down. We'll do some more leg hip warm-ups here. So we'll send the right leg back behind us, floating off the mat. And we'll start to take the right leg out to the side again, and then hug the right knee back in. So we're doing another hip circle where we start from tabletop, then the right leg floats back, then it circles out to the side, and then the right knee draws in. So like a big, maybe a faster circle. Getting that right hip to move around, then do it the other way. Rotating the other way around, just going from kind of the knee in, out to the side, sweep it back. And then step your right foot forward through your hands. Whew, that really gets the body warming up. So we're in a low lunge. You might grab your blocks. We'll lift the body up for a moment. And we'll stabilize just as much as we need to here to reach arms overhead. So if you need to lift out of the stretch a little bit to do that, you can. Arms overhead, reach to the right side, get a deep stretch into left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands lowered down. This time, prep for a warrior one. Anchor down through the legs and the feet. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, elbows open wide across the chest. Inhale, open hands wide. Exhale, make tight fists with your hands. And just imagine flicking some water off your hands. We're not gonna do crow pose or anything today. We're just gonna give the arms, the hands, the wrists, and all those little muscles, a little bit of circulation. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, open to the left. Actually, just kidding, we'll stay to the left and we'll inhale back up to center. What I wanted to do was take us to the right. So right hand opens up behind us. You can spin your left heel up for more kind of twisting to the right mobility. Reach through that right arm and then bend into your right elbow like you're gonna say hi. For funsies, you can add a little jazz hand action into it. And then inhale, open right arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Do two more. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, right arm behind you. Left arm up, the chest rotating forward, shoulders squaring to the front, reaching up and back through this left arm. Take one more big, deep breath in. Exhale, rotate the hands down, move through optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. So feel free to skip vinyasa if that's feeling a little too hard, a little too strong today. From downward dog or child's pose, just taking a couple more breaths. Noticing how your mindset, what are your thoughts saying towards your body? Can we be a little bit more soft there? We'll come back to tabletop pose and do the same thing on the left side. So we'll start with just shifting the left leg back behind us, float it off the mat, then take the left leg out to the side, and then we come back towards the tabletop, but we're not holding there. We're gonna keep circling around through this left leg and hip. Do a few more circles on this side. You might move at a little bit of a faster pace. And then the other way around. You might notice if you need to slow it down a little bit just for your brain to figure it out. A couple more circles in this direction. Whew, that really gets the body warm. And then taking left leg out to the side, forward in low lunge for a moment. Give it a stretch. As you're ready, and you can stabilize the shape as much as you need to take both arms up high overhead. Exhaling as you reach to the left side, breathing into the right side of hip, side body, shoulder. One more breath. Inhale up. Exhale, releasing the hands down to prep for warrior one. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. You can keep your right heel lifted for high crescent lunge or anchor it down for warrior one, your preference. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, elbows open wide across the chest. Inhale, open hands as wide as you can. Exhale, make tight fists with your hands. And then flick the water off your fingertips. It's really great for everything we do with the hands and to strengthen wrists and all the little stabilizer muscles in the forearms. One more breath here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, start twisting to the right like we did on the other side. Then we'll inhale back to center, arms overhead. You might spin your right heel up if it's grounded, and then sweep your left arm back behind you, right arm forward, twisting to the left here. And you might notice, does your range of motion twisting, does it feel like you can twist more or less on this side than the right? Inhale to reach through the left arm. Exhale, bend into the left elbow. Maybe wave to an imaginary friend. Inhale, left arm out. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Two more. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open, both arms up high overhead. Inhale. Exhale, both hands can lower down. Optional vinyasa. Oh, we skipped something, but go through your vinyasa. It's okay, we'll get it in on the other side. From vinyasa, we'll meet in child's pose or downward facing dog. Find your breath. And as we practice softness in our bodies, even though we're working hard, we're also practicing softness in the mind and in the heart. If we feel like we're working too hard or being too hard on ourselves there. From downward facing dog, we can peek forward through the hands, step or float the feet forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold, ground through the feet. Inhale, all the way up. Take a deep breath with you. Exhale, hands lower down. Reconnect, find a breath here. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, root down. Hip mobility work. We all are familiar with this at this point. We'll start to lift the right heel up, hands wherever they're helpful, eyes focused on somewhere that's not moving. Staying here or lifting the right knee up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, extend the right leg forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, shift your right foot to the right side while trying to keep your right knee about even with your right hip. Back to center, to the left side. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, kick it forward. Take your arms forward. Inhale, hug your arms in. You can make fists as you bend the knee. Exhale, we'll kick the right leg back behind us. Send your hands, open them up. Warrior 3. Feel free to keep your arms here or lower down to blocks. Right hip even with the left, right leg reaching way back through warrior 3. Take another breath or two here. And then a big step back, find warrior 1. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, elbows open. Inhale, arms open wide. Exhale, find an eagle arm shape. We're gonna cross the right arm underneath the left, coming into either a bear hug or bringing backs of the palms together, or fingertips to the inside of the left hand. Elbows can stay here, or we can deepen the stretch by lifting them up a little bit. Breathing into the shoulders, the arms, upper back. You can lower elbows towards the body, chin towards the chest. Inhale to reach up again. Exhale, lower again. And inhale back to neutral. Unwind the arms, arms open wide across the chest. Good. Inhale, rotate to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, both arms overhead at center. Exhale, sweep left arm back behind you, right arm forward. Bend into that left elbow, wave to your imaginary friend. Inhale, open. Keep reaching back through the left arm. We'll lower the left arm. Reach the right arm straight up as we square shoulders back to the front. We're just lifting through the heart here. And then we'll open for a warrior 2. Strong bend into the left knee, strong anchoring through the right leg, feeling like shoulders are directly over the hips. Good. Inhale, straighten through the left leg, both arms up high overhead. We'll rotate the left foot forward and come into a wide leg fold. Inhale, exhale, little bend in the knees, maybe hands start at the hips, and we lower down one hand at a time. Taking some breaths here. Adding in any favorite movements, like rocking hips around a little bit, maybe lunging to one side, maybe walking arms forward, back. Slow the breath down, invite space into your body. Inhale, walk the hands in if they moved. And come into a goddess pose. So you can heel toe the feet in. We have a bend in the knees, arms overhead. The knees follow over the toes. We'll exhale, goddess arms, like cactus arms, elbows open. Inhale, arms overhead, hold the leg shape and reach to the right side. Open up the left side of the body. Inhale up, exhale, right side. Inhale up, exhale, shift to the right again. So we're opening through the left. Inhale up to center, find warrior 2 again with the left knee bent. Left knee forward. Take a little reach forward and then reverse your warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Challenge the bend in the left knee here, but don't be too hard on the body. It's a fine balance. Strong back, soft front, wild heart. Inhale. Exhale, rotate both hands down. Optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Deep breaths. Check in. How are we feeling in body, mind, and heart? How might we take this practice of soft yet strong into the rest of our day? 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then bringing your feet together in downward dog, bending into the knees, shifting your knees to the left and your hips to the right. So your toes, your knees shift to the left, hips to the right. You can kind of squat a little bit here, lower through the hips, and then back to center. Do the same thing other side. So feet rotate to the right, knees to the right, hips squat down a little bit, and we're back to center. So we'll do this all the way up to a forward fold, kind of going side to side. But in between sides, you can add in a little hop as you shift the knees. It's a little fun, a little extra core work, and maybe 1 more hop to a forward fold. Shake it out a little bit. Inhale, half forward fold. We can stay for exhale, ground through feet. Inhale all the way up, take a deep breath with you. Exhale, hands lower down, find a breath here. Ground to your right leg, hands wherever they're helpful. Start to lift the left heel up. Staying here or lifting the left knee up. Inhale, exhale, extend the left leg forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, shift to the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, extend it forward, hold. Feel free to take your arms forward. And then as your left knee bends, the arms hug in. You can make fists with your hands. We'll send the left leg back and the hands back. Warrior 3, palms can open. Feel free to lower hands to blocks. Try to keep the left hip even with the right. Left leg really reaching back here. Strong back, soft front, wild heart. Big step back. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, elbows open. Inhale, arms open wide across the chest. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm underneath the right. Big bear hug. We can stay there if the shoulders are feeling extra tight today, or perhaps a more traditional eagle shape with the palms together. Staying here, lifting the elbows for a deeper stretch. And we'll inhale to reach back a little bit. Exhale as we draw in a little bit. Elbows towards the chest, chin towards the chest. Inhale, reach back. Exhale in. Inhale, up to neutral. Unwind the arms. Arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, sweep your left arm to the left. Inhale, sweep it back overhead. Exhale, rotate to the right. Sweep the right arm back. Feel free to spin that left heel up. Right arm reaching back. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbow, wave to your friend. Inhale, open. Send your right arm down, left arm up, heart reaching up towards the sky, and keep it going into a warrior 2. Challenge the bend into the right knee, shoulders over the hips, arms on the same plane. With the next inhale, straighten through the right leg, rotate the right toes forward. and fold into a wide leg fold. Find your breath, invite in a moment of just soft stretching. Add in any of your favorite little movements here that your body needs today. One or two more breaths. We'll inhale, walking the hands in, they moved. Into a goddess pose, we'll walk the feet in a little bit, bend into the knees. Inhaling up to our goddess pose, arms overhead. Good, exhale, find your goddess arms, elbows open. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, reach to the left side as we open through right side. Inhale up, exhale, other direction. Inhale up, exhale, other side again. Inhale up, warrior two with the right knee bent. Reach forward just enough through your right hand and then sweep it back, reverse your warrior. Left arm down, right arm up. Heart open. Challenging the legs as much as we like today. One more breath here. Inhale up. Exhale, rotate hands all the way down. Optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. From downward dog, we'll move into, we're going to start cooling things down, slowing things down even more, starting with a pigeon pose shape. So you can, from downward dog or from tabletop, send the right knee forward, left leg back. Last week, maybe the week before, invited in the use of a prop, a block, like we're sitting on the block. This helps the shape in a number of ways, taking pressure off the right knee, but also helps to lengthen the front of the left hip. The hip flexors and even psoas muscle can get a slightly deeper stretch with the support of the block here. Other variations are welcome too, and you can start to, at your own pace, soften into the shape. Slow your breath down, slow your body down, sending your breath to where you feel the stretch. We often tap into some emotional body work here with pigeon pose or hip openers. You might just notice where you are on the spectrum of feeling hard in the emotional body or feeling soft in the emotional body, or somewhere in between. And we're not labeling hard as bad and soft as good, or vice versa, but rather seeing how they work together. Oftentimes, the strongest thing that we can do is to soften. Let your eyes relax a little bit more. Let your jaw relax a little bit more. And as you breathe in and out, just inviting some softening to the emotional body. Just a couple more breaths here. As you're ready to unwind, you can slowly help yourself up with an inhale. And then counter stretching the way that feels best for you. Maybe it's shaking legs back behind you or out in front of you. And as you're ready, we'll shift to Pigeon Pose on the other side. And any variations are welcome. So I will be demoing a more traditional pigeon with a block. We're almost sitting on top of the block, and you can kind of adjust it up or down or around a little bit to find the placement that feels best on your body. And just as you're ready, you can start to soften into your pigeon pose. Noticing where you feel the stretch in your body and sending some deep breaths there. Breathing in and out as we tap into the emotional body. Just inviting a little bit more softness there. What would it look like to let some of our armor down? There's another favorite saying of mine that is, a clenched fist cannot accept a gift. Same goes with our emotional body. If we harden up and armor up so much, we're not letting the love and light and support in that we really need. What would it look like to soften around the heart a little bit more? While also knowing that you have the strength and the empowerment, the intuition, the guidance to know when you need to put your armor up. I'm just getting more conscious of it because our bodies put the armor up without us even knowing sometimes. Seeing if we can soften emotional body. A few more breaths here. When you're ready, you can slowly start to unwind and help yourself out. Again, counter stretching the way that feels best for you. Trying to bring circulation back into both sides. And then making your way onto back body and a chest opener. So different options for chest opener. You could go with the 2 blocks, maybe one medium height, one tall height. The first block is for the upper back. You could also use a bolster. Maybe you place a bolster over this block setup. Maybe it's just the bolster, not the blocks. Or maybe you're going for the less is more approach today with just a light folded blanket underneath the spine or underneath the upper back. Knees could stay bent with feet on the mat, bound angle pose, or legs extended, or any other shape for the legs that feels good. We'll try to let arms open up. Try to let shoulders soften down. Slow the breath down as we slow the body down. We invite softening in. Just remind ourselves all of that inner trust and courage and bravery that we've been calling in, so that the vulnerable parts of ourselves feel safe enough to soften. Notice anywhere else in your body you could relax a little bit more. Slow all the way down. Let yourself soften here a moment longer. Breathing in and out. Calling in all the safety and support that you need to be able to soften a little bit more. You can start to deepen your breath into your body even a little bit more. You can bring slow, small movements back into fingers, toes, arms, or legs. Reaching long overhead or side to side a little bit. Feeling free to shift over to your favorite side and take a few more slow breaths there. As you're ready, gently helping yourself up, up, up to a comfortable seated shape. We'll close our class together there. Finding your breath in your seat. Checking back in for a moment. Noticing how we're feeling now, what may have shifted. And taking with us today a slightly softer approach, whatever our day brings us. Staying a little more soft with ourselves, with our bodies, minds, hearts, and our people. You can take a little bow to yourself, give yourself thanks and gratitude for this self-care time. We can honor the teacher within each of us, all the teachers who came before us, all the teachers yet to come, and our practice together in community today. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here with me this morning. How's everybody doing? How are we feeling?
Very good. Thank you so much.